We are almost there, people. Are you getting excited? I know that I am getting excited. I mean, we are entering Steve's head right now. Alright guys, what is up with all of you beautiful people who are sitting in front of the computer, or tablet or whatever? You know the name. It is SubZeroExtabyte here, coming to you with another video right here from the head of Steve. Yeah, that is right. Today we will find out what it is like to live inside of the head of Steve. So it should be a pretty exciting day. I know that I am going to have a lot of fun while doing this. So I hope that you can have some fun for yourself as well. So basically we are going to take a trip down through Steve's head and just take a look what is going on inside of that brain of his. So it should be a pretty good learning experience as well. So I guess that we will need to get ourselves a cart from up here. And now I think that we should just see what is going to happen next. I am actually getting pretty hyped right now. I would have never thought that I would be going inside of Steve's head, but we are not even close to getting inside of his head. First we need to ride along this blue and yellow colored track here. Alright, let's just say that this cart is not going anywhere. Well, maybe not going anywhere. I mean, it is going somewhere, but we will need a new cart, so hop in, buddy. I think that it is better to not do this ride alone, since I might get really scared once we gain some speed in this baby. Alright, so are you a little bit excited for this trip, Peter? Oh, by the way, this is Peter. I just met him, but he does not talk a lot, as you may have already noticed. But hey, look, that's totally fine. I mean, I wouldn't be talking at all if I was suddenly sitting next to a stranger. Even better, I would not talk at all if I was suddenly sitting next to the one and only SubZeroExtabyte. Oh no, wait a second. We crashed. We are done for. We are officially doomed, and we have not even gone 100 yards. Well, what in the world is going on here? Can we get down? I am not good with heights. It is not that I am afraid of heights, but I do not like heights. Let's just keep it at that. I am serious, people. Alright, we are down. Thank the gods. So let's take another cart. Oh hey, would you look at that? It is my boy Peter again. So Peter, are we going to survive this time? We better, because I do not like to do a lot. Why does this keep happening? Why can these people not just drive their cars in a safe and normal fashion? These darn degenerates here. I bet they would not even know how to drive a cart when all they have to do is just sit and push one button. That is it. No steering, no nothing. I cannot believe how people are able to screw something that is so basic and easy up. Now I am already behind schedule for today. I was just going to walk around, get myself one of these carts, drive up the tracks, and then see what is going on inside of Steve's head, and just hop back out and go home. But no, of course that is not what is going to happen. Right now we also have to wait, and I can tell you that this track is darn long, people. This is not something to mess with. This track is at least something like 246 miles long. Like, I am serious. Even though that is just an approximate number, but it is somewhere in that region, I believe. But can we please go now? I bet that it might just have been that Peter guy who was messing with me. And now onto this slow and steady track that will definitely not try to kill us, even though it is already going pretty fast right now. Is there some sort of brake on these carts? Because I think that there should be. How can you build a transportation device that can reach these high speeds and not have some sort of braking device in them? This is just death on wheels. And what in the world is that woman doing on the tracks? Move out of the way, please. The woo is coming through. Alright, well then, I will just walk, I guess. I cannot afford to lose any more time today, and I am not going back down. Okay, never mind, I guess that I am actually going down. Well, thank you very much, lady. I cannot believe that there is just some random woman who is standing AFK on the rail tracks. That is just unbelievable. I mean, the luck that I am having today is pretty much non-existent. How can I ever finish all of this in time when I am not even close to getting inside of Steve's head? And that is where this video would be all about. But some people just want to watch the world burn, which is totally cool. It's their opinion. Come on, people, the train tracks are not a safe space for standing around. I mean, could you just grow some common sense, please? I am actually getting pretty annoyed right now. First there is this one woman who is just flat out standing on the train tracks, just simply doing nothing. And now you have got this whole gang here hanging out on the train tracks. That is not cool anymore. Most people just sit indoors nowadays. You dumb newbies. I cannot believe that they are making me do all of this. I would have imagined for this day to actually be like kind of fun. But it seems like today that is going flat out wrong. I guess you can say that today is not really my day, and that makes me sad. because every day when I wake up I should feel like this is going to be my day. But not today. I feel like I am saying the word day a lot. It actually is a pretty random word, is it not? D-A-Y. Day. Well, so it is not going to be a Sub-Zero day. Actually it is not, because it still is like 40 degrees out. And yes, that is darn cold, even though it should be snowing by now. But hey, at least we have not fallen yet this time. That is one positive thing about it. But this is going darn slow. Oh no, yep, it happened again. Well, I guess we can just go back and find ourselves another cart. Why can these people not just hang out somewhere else? Though teenagers hung out in like YMCA kind of places, or skate parks, or behind the gym at school or something. But no, these people think that it is funny to just hang out here and block all of the traffic that is trying to come through. Is that not just amazing? What are these people even doing here? I cannot wrap my head around this. It is like they are doing nothing at all besides just blocking these tracks. Well, I am not waiting any longer. I will just walk up the tracks again, I guess. Like I do not have anything better to do with my time than walking around all day. And I do not mean that in a bad way. I mean like I wanted to do more stuff today instead of just walking and sitting around on these tracks. But I guess that you can thank these guys for this video being this long. This is actually really dangerous what I am doing here. That actually reminds me of this time when I was stuck on the roof of this house in the middle of nowhere. I mean literally the middle of nowhere. This house was just floating around through space and time, and I was there. I was literally on the house and I could not get down. And I am telling, that was really scary. I mean, I jumped down, but that is not a good thing to do, people. Just hear me out. I made it off of the house, but that was really painful. I mean really painful. I cannot recommend doing this ever. My knees still hurt from that jump, and of course I still have nothing with heights. Again, I am not scared of heights, I just really do not like them, that is all. But let me tell you this, the heights and the roof was not the scariest part about being there. It actually was raining meteorites, and if you have ever seen meteorites coming for you, well then I hope for you that you have Superman on speed dial to come and save you. Otherwise, well, you will definitely be screwed, and that is not fun for any of us. And because of all the meteorite impacts, the house was slowly starting to cave in, and I have never been this terrified ever in my life. It was like I was in the Second World War and the bombs were coming in while we were hiding in the basement. But then imagine me not being in the basement but standing on top of the roof, which would literally be the most unsafe spot to be when there was a meteor shower coming down on your house. But hey, I survived, did I not? I mean, otherwise I would not be here telling you this story. But man, was that scary. I actually even ended up falling down into some gap in the floor, and that I can tell you hurt like crazy. I have never felt pain like that before. I fell straight down onto my head and I bounced around. I wish that I was making this all up, but sadly I am not. But we still have a long way to go on this track before we actually get to Steve's head, so we have to pick up our pace and just walk on along these track. Oh man, I think I forgot my lunch in my other green shirt. Well, that is a bummer. Now I'll have to do without lunch, and let me tell you, walking these tracks on an empty stomach, it really gets to you. It really does. But let us just move on, I guess. It is not like we actually have something better to do now, have we? So I am thinking about something real quick, but I am not sure what. Wait a second. I do not have to follow the tracks right here, right? I can just hop on right here and make my way through. I mean, it is not like this is not going good and stuff. But come on, all of this would have been way faster if there just was a way to get one of those carts through those guys that were standing there blocking it all, like they were some kind of hippies protecting some tree. Alright, how about we just pick up the pace and the danger right here? Talking about being a freaking daredevil, I can hop around like this all day until I fall, and then I probably will not be hopping around for some time, because this actually is a pretty high rail track. But I mean, so far so good, right? Nothing happening around here, even though I wish that there would be someone coming up with a cart right now. That way I could just hop on and I would be safe and sound sitting on my butt. But hey, at least we are almost at Steve's body, right? And that is what today is all about. Oh, did you see that hop right there? I have got no fear, people. I will do anything to get what and where I want. I am a crazy rascal from time to time, and today those people down there blocking that track were really bringing out the beast in me. And would you just look at that? We are almost there, people. Are you getting excited? I know that I am getting excited. I mean, we are entering Steve's head right now. Wait a second, I cannot see a darn thing in here. What is all of this? I mean, I know that he is a Minecraft figure, but that his head would literally be filled with blocks. That is kind of a shocker to me. Well, I guess that this was what I was so excited for. That was a bummer to say the least. I cannot believe that I have walked this far just to see some Minecraft character his head, and it was literally filled with blocks. I cannot think of something that is more lame than that. I mean, what a waste of time was this. I guess I will just spice it up a little by doing some sick jumps across these tracks. Maybe that way I can keep you guys entertained a little. Wait, is there a gap in the tracks? Well, that is going to be scary. Wait, can I not just walk on here? Wait, I actually can. I am literally walking on air right now. I have always known that I was a superhero, and now would you just look at me doing all of these crazy things right here. This is so cool. Alright, I guess that today could become a little exciting after all. Well, who would have thought of that? I know that I was pretty bummed out about having to walk all the way and stuff, but just look at us now making our way downtown, walking fast. Okay, I didn't see that coming. I was just thirsty, that's all. But first we actually still need to walk all the way down this track, and that might still take a crazy long time. But that is all okay. I am not complaining anymore, even though every time that I look down my knees start to tremble just a little bit. But again, that is just fine. I will not fall again. I am done with all of that. But I want you to learn something from today. It is never okay to just hang around on train tracks. That can be really freaking dangerous, alright? So please do never do that, because I mean, those little carts right here did not have much effect on the guys that were on the tracks. But a train will just wreck you. So please promise me, leave a comment in the comment section where you promise me that you will not be hanging out on the train tracks. Then I will promise that I will never do it again as well. It is just this time for this video. Then I am stopping and never doing it again like it is supposed to. I mean, train tracks are for trains. If they were for people to walk on them, they would not have been called train tracks. They would have probably just called them something like people walk tracks. At least something along those lines, I guess. But have I ever told you guys about this right here? You can see it on your screens right now. This is probably the scariest thing that I have ever done in my life. Just forget about the meteorite thing, because this was way worse. Just take a look at how high this was. I mean, Snoop Dogg could not touch that, and I jumped straight down from up there. That was the most stupid thing that I have ever done. But I mean, I wanted to get over my fear of heights, and I thought by doing this maybe I would get over it. Well, sadly that was not the case at all. I am still scared to death for heights, and I still do not like to jump down from things. I mean, I jumped down, but there was more going on there. We had to get inside like in an instant because there was an acid rainstorm that was coming right at us. And if you do not know, acidic stuff can melt away your skin and bones, so you do not want to mess with that stuff. I mean, death was just waiting around the corner for me, man. I could hear it calling, but I was fearless, and I stood tall in the rain while the others were hiding, and I was able to survive. I know it sounds a little bit like a romanticized story, but this all happened. I mean, I even recorded it, people, so you can actually see that I am not lying right now. And there were a lot of people. Eventually the house that we were basically hiding in. Yes, people, we were camping. I am a camper when it comes to nasty situations like this. But the house that we were in, it just broke. It literally collapsed up on itself. And now we were just out here trying to survive the elements. And we had no idea what to do. We were all just fearing for our lives at that point. There was even this guy running around naked because all of his clothes had melted away because of the acid rainstorm. It was a horrible sight. For one, because the guy was not in shape at all and he did not look good. But that aside, it was a mess down there, and I really want to forget all about it. But sadly I cannot. I mean, it was all way too heavy for me to actually handle. I am traumatized because of these events, but I have never felt so alive than when I was there. Just the thought of being up there on that giant tower, and actually being able to look mortality right in the eye. I would never do it again. But I am glad that I did it because it made me actually fear heights even more. So you will never ever see me climb something high ever again. I just cannot do it anymore, all because of what happened that day. But let's just talk about today for a second. I mean, you can pretty much tell that today did not turn out as planned. I did not plan to walk all the up these train tracks and walk through the head of Steve. I mean, I was planning on going into the head of Steve, but it was just not what I expected from it. I know that a lot of you might have been expecting his had to be filled with some kind of blocks. But I guess that I was just hopeful for this not to happen. I mean, I was wondering if he would have some kind of brain in there instead of just plain old simple blocks. And I mean, my legs are just dead from all of this walking and jumping along these tracks. So that was a big bummer. But still, I am just hoping that you guys still enjoyed this video. And I also hope that you will still be here watching again tomorrow, because otherwise I will just feel lonely all day long without anyone. But even though I said I never wanted to go somewhere high ever again, I just cannot resist to fly around on this thing. I am not quite sure what this is or what is supposed to be, but I am down to do whatever I want for the rest of the day. I think that we have had quite enough of all those letdowns today, so I will just give you some extra time with me while you can watch me flying around as free as a bird. Man, do I love this stuff. I cannot believe what I would be doing if it was not for you guys. So thank you for everything, and I hope that I will see you all tomorrow right on time like always. Have a good one, guys and girls.